Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing our D challenge. I've got a lot of ephemera done now and I'll show you some of this shortly. It's to do with our challenge. But at the moment, D is about distressing, doilies, how to make them stronger. See how weak that one is. See the difference between that one and that. And that is good old, which is another form of distressing. Good old wax. All you need is your iron, not very hot. What I do, I put my dolly in between my wax paper, and I use my wax stick. So I heat that up. I heat it up with this over it. So this is a form of distressing for me. And then when it's hot, I run this over it. And look what it gives me. And look at the other one. That's not distressed. It feels thin. This is not. It also, what it does, digitals. That's waxed. So you can wax ephemera. That's waxed. Wax will distress and strengthen your papers. That's wax. And you'll age it as well. So there's that. It also is good if you want to strengthen piano paper. What do I do with my piano paper? So D is for doilies, distressing. And I'm going to show you many ways to distress. One of them, like I said, is waxing. And you can achieve beautiful vintage results. So get it all nice and hot. Run your wax stick over it. Iron. Doilies you can use in many ways. I've waxed these as well. They're so strong. It's amazing. But anyway, I also waxed, I should say, piano paper. And what did I do for my piano paper? There's the piano paper, my normal piano paper. It's very flimsy. Then I've gone ahead and waxed the piano paper. Just other ways of distressing that can actually strengthen your items. Piano paper. So this is my way of distressing. Now if you want to add colour to it before, I would gently go round and use ink, a bit of paint, whatever it may be. You can distress over them, no problem. So you've done piano paper. You've done a book page. This was very frail book page. It's waxed. Another way of distressing. Now, another way of distressing for me is, you can also use dress patterns. I haven't done anything to that. I've just Mod Podged it, but it needs distressing. But here's a doily that hasn't been distressed, but it's been waxed, and it's literally thickened it up, where that is very flimsy. So we'll put that aside. Now, distressing pattern paper that's been put on just normal paper. There's some that's been put on a book page. And all I did is I used my gel medium or PVA glue that I made. And then this is how I will distress it and give it an aged look. So if you've got distressed ink, this is brilliant. And you've just aged that, and you can use that as a pocket, you can use it as a layout, you can use it as all sorts of things. Look at this one. I don't know what I'm doing with this one yet, but anyway, I know I needed to play in these harrowed times. We need to play and really find some fun in our life. And for me, that is junking. So don't forget your digital kits. Don't forget to sew around them. But at this point, what I want to show you in other forms of distressing, if you have not got distress ink, you know what I would use? Good old white gesso or clear gesso. We'll do the difference between clear gesso and so I'll put them up there. So I need to make sure my brush is dry because we don't want it really wet for this. So I've got clear gesso, and I'm only going to put a bit down because that's clear. And we're going to see the difference between clear. This is very old paper. It's probably 100 years old. I'm not even going to dry it because you'll see the difference straight away. And then we're going to do white gesso. And this is ways of distressing. So I'm basically just dry brushing this on. And then I'm going to just rinse that out and re-dry it because you can basically see the difference. One will fade out more than the other. Now, if we want to age paper some more, make a coffee mixture of, I normally make a cup of coffee to, half a cup of coffee to a bit of mix of isopropyl or 99% alcohol. Now, I'm going to make sure that brush is dry. And I'm going to show you my distressed ink. Look at that. And we just age something. Now, with this, you can age tacky glue. Now, I'm going to just distress that because we haven't put nothing on that part. So you've just done 4 types of distressing, really. This is very old paper, but I've doubled it up. But if I want it older, and like if you want it even super duper aged, you can just do this. But be very gentle unraveling it because you've got to remember this is a 100-year-old paper. 100-year-old paper ain't going to survive our manipulations too much. And then you just let these dry. Like I said, have a cup of coffee and isopropyl. This comes out really good. I want to use the whole page at some stage, so I am going to. There you go. That's done. Now, for instance, something I haven't waxed out of the things I've done here might be good. Oh, here's a picture. And I want to age the letter some more. Even though I've inked it, I want to age it. And on age. This is the kit we were given in our Junk Journal Haven by Tracy. Our beautiful Tracy Willoughby. So we just want to age these a bit more. Again, this isopropyl mixture is the best mixture. Even though this looks very aged, but we might want to just age some more. So just go along the sides and do a drip. And just tap your finger when you're doing this. There you go. That one's done. And this is what I would do. If you haven't got ink, get your brush or sponge. This dries real quick. You remember, it's isopropyl. Oh, no. It's isopropyl. Oh, 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 oh. I wanted to use that anyway. Don't have accidents like me. So, I'm going to actually put it on that. Because I do want that aged more. And this is just pattern dressmaking paper. This is all about distressing. Okay. Now this is going to look old because stuff's already fallen on it. Now, I don't want to waste what I dropped down there. And it stayed on the Tim Holtz thing, so that's even good. But I wanted to make pockets out of cardboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilise what I dropped. Now, this dries quick. Like I said, this is isopropyl. Okay. Look how aged that little bit of document is there. So I'm just going to let it catch in the corner a bit more. Because I don't want to waste it. I want to age my paper. Now, normally I would just ink. But if I want it to be really, really grunged up, this is what I would be doing. Because you don't want to be wasting. Especially in these times. So I'm going to let that dry. And what I'm going to do with this, because I've aged it a fair bit, but I want to do more to it. So I'm going to move that out of the road. So I don't want to... Gosh, I made a mess, ladies. But anyway, this is a good way of aging documents and whatnot, and paper, grunging it. Like it's good old isopropyl. Give me a second. I will find my handy wipes and wipe some of this mess away. Because what I want to do is, because this is about distressing and a digital kit. That's really what it's all about. But I want to clean up my mess. Because I don't want all this stuff to get stained. Because I've got 2 digital kits happening. Look how that's drying. All nice and aged. And then I'll go around with the ink later and we'll bring that up more. So, at this point, what I need, because I want to make a corner pocket, junk mail. Don't throw your envelopes out. There are ways, multiple ways of using this. Look at that. Still needs a bit of paint on the sides to give it that. Just be careful how far you go, you know. And then I'll show you the envelope. And just let it dry naturally because it's, like I said, it's isopropyl. It will dry quick. There. Now, what I want to do, because I want to make a pocket. Now, these envelopes come in the mail all the time when I buy different things. So I just cut them across, keep my stamps and whatnot. But what I do here, I get them and I will clean my mess a little bit more before everything gets wrecked. Because I have got another kit happening there. But it doesn't worry me if things get wrecked because it just looks vintage. Now I need a corner punch. I need a corner punch. And I didn't allow for that. So, it should be here somewhere. Like everything else, things go missing. And it's because I jump around from area to area. So, we might have a long pocket. And because it's thick, it is a thick envelope, I will snip it there and there. I didn't mind snipping it there too, but I don't know if this will work. I got one that will go. I just found it. Did you want to give this aged look? So what we're going to do, we're going to make a corner pocket. I actually might straighten that up a bit more because it doesn't look quite straight. It doesn't have to look perfect. And we're going to get our and really ink it well. And I would do the inside because you're going to leave that for a tuck at the back. And if you wanted to, you could actually put make sure it's centered before you snip. And then, like I said, you just ink it well. Because, look, we're just going to be, as you know, some of us are going to be caught up inside the house and that. And, look, thank God we're hoarders. Thank God we're hoarders of Junkin. I still feel I need a bit more taken off that. Is that the big one? I really want a real nice round, but I'm not getting it. But anyway, that will do. So what we're going to do here, we're going to get that brush and give it a bit more of an ink. See how cool it looks? And that'll dry in no time. It really will. I've been doing this method for a long time. I like it. I can't use anything to dry with because I think... Oh, yes, I can. I can undo this. Because I want to dry it real quickly so you're not waiting around. And look at the pattern you're going to get. Same thing in the hands. You want it darker, you can continue on doing that. Looks good actually. Now I've got to make sure I get a random edge for this pocket, and here. And with this one, we'll go a bit differently. Where's my rounded punch? So we're utilising our junk. Because honestly, these are the times we live in. And most of us like using our junk anyway. I know I do. So that's drying. Well, it's nearly dry. So what I'm doing with the next one, I'm going to actually give it a bit of that on the inside and around the edges. Because I want that dark look. And then what I'm going to do, I am going to rinse it out. Wipe it with my cloth, because we're being super frugal in this house because at the moment we can't get lots of products. So, oh, I forgot I remade my gesso. So if you looked at my video yesterday, you would have seen I made a video on gesso, and we're just gonna look at that. Look at the aged. It's going to give you that vintage look, and I want a little bit of that opening to be open. So I'm just going to put something in between there so that I can actually, and we just created a bit of vintage. I'm going to use that to cover up that words. So there you go. This is what we created. With good old coffee and isopropyl. And we can actually do it to this one. Just give it a bit more age. With that little bit of white. Good old gesso, and your coffee mix of coffee and isopropyl. There. That's why I wanted to just elaborate a little bit on distressed inks. Now, you haven't got coffee mix. If you've got brown paint, water down your brown paint. The same way as you do your coffee. Okay, I can really smell the isopropyl. It's yummy. You don't think I'm crazy, but I like the smell of it. Okay. So what I would be doing, which doily do I want to use? I had some more here. Since it's about doilies. Well, this is the waxed one. So I'm just going to cut it like that. And I might put it down here. And then I'm going to get one of those beautiful prints we got given yesterday. No. might use some of my wax stuff if I can find it now. This might be good. Trying to come up with things so that you can just plonk things down and get on with it. You know what I mean? Do a quick project. Like I said, we're stuck at home these days, so we need to come up with project shares. This will be in the tuck. I'm going to... because this is going to be a 3-tucker. So I'm going to get my glue and start laying things down. And this will stick down, believe you me. I don't know yet if I'll be trimming this, but this is about the doily. I want some of this stuff. Just some ratty stuff, because this is vintage. So, I want to create a tuck behind this, so you can have a little hidey spot. People don't need to know there is that tuck. So, I'm going to put that there. Then I'm going to layer me lace here. I want a nice word. So don't overthink. Just lay your stuff down. You haven't got a digital kit. Maybe you might need to use some, because D is for digital prints, that's for distress things. But you might need to use, if you're stuck, something else. Now what else have I got lying about here that we can utilise? And this is what it is about, utilising what's on your desk. No shopping, because we probably won't be doing shopping for quite some time, a lot of us. I'm just trying to come up with little techniques for us girls to junk on the cheap. And our beautiful Tracy did give us a kit, Tracy Willoughby. So we need a book, because we've created ephemera from nothing, really, from a kit that was actually given to us. I just need a journal to place it in. I'll put it in my personal. I don't think I've put anything in here yet, so I don't know. I don't know. Who has their own personal journal? I don't. Oh yeah, I did start doing something. For now, we're just pretending this is my journal, because it's not going to be the journal I'm going to put it in, because this kit is a vintage Fran kit. And look, I can't thank the lady that gave it to all of us to play with. So, there's your tuck in there. Here's your vintage ephemera you created. So you just fold it nice and neatly. Forever grateful we were given this, because there's things we can play with. So that can go into that tuck, because what I haven't done, which is great, is I haven't sealed that. So it leaves me room to move. So I want to make sure that's tucked in. I'm not putting it together completely. Really, I need a bigger journal, because this is made for a book, a bigger page. Then we're going to need something to tuck inside here. Here's a little card. So we can tuck that. Hope you can see what I'm doing. So I hope you've seen how I laid all this. It's the tuck. And then when we put it on, we're going to glue there and there, which gives us that back tuck. But I would put it well, it's not going to go in this journal. Also, you can tab that with a bit of lace if you want. But this was about distressing. And distressing is about using your gesso, your ink that you make up yourself out of coffee and isopropyl, distressed ink, and paint. Paint works just as good. I normally put just a little bit of isopropyl to water my paint down. But look what we created in no time. And this is for the ABC challenge, and it's also for using a digital kit for B. And like I said, from an envelope, I have got 2 pockets. These are distressed pages, pattern paper. Oh, just making paper. Remember, that's just making paper. That's not quite completely dry yet. There's another piece of ephemera we've aged. I'm looking for that envelope. So here, this is not quite dry. There's the clear gesso. There's the isopropyl mix. And there's the white gesso to tone it down. And then you can use your ink to distress it quite down. I'm actually going to get that ephemera away. And waxing, ladies. Remember what I said about waxing. That distresses as well, and it strengthens your paper. It really does. It strengthens your paper. That has got a really good feel, that piano paper now. And so it's that. So I'm hoping you've seen what I done and what I done to the ephemera. This looks so old, but I don't know how I want to sort of fold it, and that's what I haven't done properly, because the journal I want to put it in, I haven't done that. So I might just fold it like that, and wherever there's folds, I will ink those folds, because we want that to really stand out. Now, like I said, you haven't got distress ink, make your coffee mix. You've seen how good we distressed that. So that will go into the inside of here. Look how aged it all looks, all because we'd used some wax, some distress ink, some isopropyl with half a cup of coffee. You save a fortune doing things this way. And I mean, look at that. That's drying beautifully. And if I want that to be a little bit more of a darker colour, I just get the coffee mix, get my brush and wipe it on. Or I can use my distressing, because I actually have got distressing, but I'm going to run out. So it's figuring out ways and means of getting through it. And there's just book page lined with dress pattern. So there's lots of things you can do for D, and I'll show you this beautiful kit we were given. I'm going to take that out of there because that's part of the kit. I want to make it up and finish it off. I can't believe my piano paper. This is part of the kit. That's the inking we done, but I'll just show you some of this kit. I've been playing with it and I've been enjoying it tremendously. And ladies, it's been given to you for nothing. Play and have fun. You know, that's what we ladies are about at Junk Journaling for Fun. We're about having fun and being creative. Now, this is not the whole kit. There's about 45 images, I believe. But the things you can do with it is amazing. Just making sure I got it all. See, keep your cardstock because you're going to need to do layers. Even though that's been waxed, I can actually still go round and age that some more. This is part of the kit. And then I can actually layer that across it. And glue it down. Vintage things up. Play. Play. And that's what I've been doing. I've been playing. So this is part of the kit. That's been waxed. These have just been inked. These have just been inked. That's been really waxed. And I want to do something to this, but I don't know what. But like I said, the wax, you can still ink over wax. My wax is a little bit dry, but, and I sew around things. You can zigzag, you can just do, you can do all sorts of things. So this is part of the kit. Our freebie that's been given to us. Thanks for joining us at Junk Journaling, Junk Journal Love Haven Group. There's more of the ephemera to do with the kit. More ephemera. How gorgeous is that? And I've already aged that. That's the one I aged before. These I aim to do more with. I want to find a bit of fabric and whatnot and age them up. Here's another pic. There's your little pictures as well. Like I said, I haven't printed all the kit out. There's 45 images. That has only been printed on parchment paper and only inked the sides. It's just on parchment. Is there more? Yep, there's more. I love it. This, I waxed it and I waxed the fabric as well that's under it. And I'll be able to make that all nice and trimmed. They're the beautiful pics. See the things you can do with this kit? So I waxed that because I wanted it to fade out the blue. But I still need to ink some more. Still need to dress these up and do things to them. These are just some simple ideas what to do with your digital kit that you've received. Utilise your doilies for D. Utilise all the distress techniques I've given you there. Simple, fun techniques to use. I think really that was it. And that's another piece of the kit. So that's what I've been up to this morning. Like I said, once you've waxed this, it'll grow very, very, I don't know, it does something to it where it's a lot thicker. But if you look at one of my, I did a DT project for Lynn, and there's a video at some stage early last year where we used the wax techniques on our covers. We actually used them on the baggy journal. So have a look at that and see what you come up with there. But thanks, everybody. Thank you, Tracy, for giving us the opportunity to get a digital kit for our group. Thank you very much for everybody that takes part in the challenges and gives us the thumbs up and likes our YouTube and whatnot. Like I said, there's a few techniques here we've tried to teach you. As you can see, that is drying and aging beautifully. So is the dress pattern. And so is that one. Look how it's drying. And that will keep fading out without me doing anything to it. And it's got that nice, look at the back side. It's got that nice wrinkled look. But thanks, everybody. And see you next time. I hope I've made some sense. But anyway, this is going into our group. So It's not going anywhere else. So thanks, everybody. Oh, look at it. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.